Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of transforming random drawings found on internet into reality using Photoshop. So in this video, I'll be transforming these two drawings which I took from Pinterest into this using Photoshop. So without further ado, let's get started. So first, I'm gonna start with this hand drawing. So as I couldn't find any photos related to that matches exactly as the drawing, so I took a picture of my friend's hand for the edit. So let's place his hand on this canvas, and using warp let's match accordingly to the drawing to make the hands more bulky, as my friend's arm is a bit skinny type, so I think it's fine. So let's erase some unnecessary parts, and next I've added the ground textures. So I plan to make the hand rising from the soil. It's like it's as if something is buried inside the soil. So let's place the hand over here, and let's use the brush tool and erase some part so that the hand is buried inside the soil. A bit here. And let's add some shadows on the bottom part. At last, let's remove the shadows that are not necessary exactly because I didn't use proper lightings for the photo. So using curves, I just adjusted accordingly, and using pen tool, let's mark these opens inside the hand. Like this, exactly. And let's give a color to it. Something black is fine, I guess. So at last, after doing all the opens, we have to do this kind of a small opening. I think it's like for skin, I guess. So let's give some red color to it. And yeah, finally completed everything. So let's give some textures to the red part over here, and using saturation, let's give some touches to it to make as if the cut is realistic. So let's add some shadows. Over here. Still I couldn't find the edits more realistic, so I have to add some even more shadows to it. If you couldn't get exactly what we need, let's see at the last. I guess it's fine for now. So using color balance, let's make it even more reddish. And let's start adding plants coming out of the opening like this. And using warp, I just adjusted the plants accordingly to make it more realistic, as if it is just coming out of the opening from a human's hand. Then one more plant like this, starting to adjust it. Same over here. I couldn't and at last let's add some shadows over here. I couldn't find any photos exactly for the small opening as plant photos, so I've just planned to duplicate one of the leaves over here and place it over here so that it doesn't bring a big change to it. And let's do the same thing using warp, adjust it properly, and add some shadows. I think it looks a bit pretty as well, and even more a bit scary too. At last, let's add some blood textures to the black opening and make it even more darker, as the hand is already dead, so we can't see fresh blood inside it. So using shadows, let's make it even more darker. And let's add some background over here. I think I chose this background as it suits well for the edit. Using curves and colors, I just balanced the background. And I've balanced the same thing for the hand, for the soil, and the plants, for everything. And let's add some lightings, as we can see some huge yellow light at the back, so we need to add some lightings and some shadows on the opposite side. We need a strong shadow at the bottom, as a huge amount of heavy light is striking at the back, so we need to add some even more good shadows. And we do the same thing for the soil, balancing the colors, make it look good. And at last, let's add some shadows at the bottom of the hand on the soil to make it more darker. And using camera raw filters, let's give a final touch to the edit. And I guess it's fine. I thought the openings are more brighter, but it needs to be even more darker, so I've added some even more darkness to the openings like this, and I guess I'm done with it. So this is the final edit. If you like this, give a like button. So let's go to the next edit, the elephant and the rhinoceros. So first let's start with the elephant. So I've chose the head, the trunk from all different parts of the elephant, and using warp I just attach according to the drawing and use some shadows to make it more realistic. And for the tusk, use this part. Let's remove this one. And using warp, let's make the ears a bit bigger, like this. And let's add some hat to it. Over here, let's remove some parts. And let's add some shadows. Then let's start with the cup. So I've chosen this cup. I couldn't get the exact cup as the picture, so place this. And for the rhinoceros, I've used this photo and erased the other parts except the head. And use the legs from the same picture, like this. And using puppet wrap, I just fix the head properly with the cup. And for the back leg, I've used the legs of another rhinoceros picture, and using warp I just adjusted correctly. Then using color balance and saturation, I just adjusted the colors matching with the front legs, and added some shadows over here. Using curves, I adjusted some darkness to the cup. I have planned to change the color of the cup as everything in white looks a bit odd. I've used one leg of the elephant for its hand. Using warp, I just added accordingly and erase some parts. And added some shadows to look as if it's a hand. And added some shadows on the cup too. Over here some shadows as if the holes are created for the legs. And for the shirt, I couldn't find any pictures related exactly as the picture, so I plan to copy this shirt from the drawing. And using color balance, I gave some color to it, a bit red, and I gave some shadows to it. At the same time, let's add some spoon at the back, and yeah, I guess it's fine. And then I added this background, and I added this bridge, wooden bridge. I thought this would be great for the edit, as if though it's walking on the bridge. And using curves, I just adjusted the and balanced the background, and added some colors to make even more greeny, give a forest look, and did the same for the main part. Balance the colors accordingly. At last, I added some final touch of shadows, as you could see some lightings behind. We have to give some dark shadows to it. And some lightings too. Some green lightings on the top of the elephant. Over here in some parts, yeah. This is great. So at last, using some camera raw filters, I gave the final touch to the edit. So let's add some textures, the clarity are a bit close, and I guess that's fine. The edit looks great, and that's it. So these are the final edits of these two drawings for today. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to Design Indian. Thank you.